Good evening. I haven't been on for a while, so I thought I'd jump on because, first of all, I got some copies of my book. And I just want to quickly say thank you to everybody that supported me. I appreciate the feedback I'm getting. One of the common things that people are saying is that they can't put the book down. And me personally, neither could I when I was writing it. I literally put my soul into it. So yeah, I thank you as me and as a writer. So I do want to do a reading, and I also want to say to you, if you do want to purchase the book, you can go to my website, which is Zoe Heathershaw at no, I'm going to give you my email then. Okay, it's zoeheathershaw.com. And if you go to the bookstore and click on any of the links, whether it's Kobo, Indigo, there's Blackwell's in England, and there's also Amazon. It's on, and you can also go to Friesen Press. They're my publishers, and you actually get it fastest that way. But anyway, but that's if you're in Canada. Or the US, apparently. Okay, and my book is currently in England, Canada, Australia, and the US. And also Iraq, of course. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and hopefully unravel some words of wisdom or just ramble on. But I would love to read to you. And again, thank you for supporting me. Some have asked about the next book, which I am writing now, and it's going to be a sequel to this one. So there are different sections of my life, right? So there's 3 books in total. And yeah, I'm enjoying writing it. I'm opening doors, and more healing is always good. So here we go. This is in, let me find it because I bookmarked it. This piece is in chapter 7. And I'm reading it from the book. Okay, here we go. I feel like a little part of me just got healed. Like truth hit my heart. Like I'm more whole. Words are so powerful, especially when they're the ones you need to hear. Even if they're written, they have the power to overwrite all the beliefs you've come to believe, not only about yourself, but life too. I'm not shaking. My mind is still, in a state of deep thought. Overwriting the lies I believed. My dad did love me, and I also understand him now too. Actions I certainly would have probably done in his situation. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive that man Mark, or myself, as I don't know how or why I should. But I learned this pain also, and now I understand why Matthew said I needed to forgive myself. It's true, I am carrying my trauma around like an old dirty suit. It's heavy with years of dust settling on it. But how do I take it off? Is it really this easy? Oh my. There are so many people that hurt me. It would take forever to forgive them all. But wait, why should I? I never asked them to hurt me. I never asked them to take from me what wasn't theirs to take. My innocence. But wait, if healing is real, can it really be for me? Do I deserve it? I've made endless mistakes in my life. A lot of bad choices. Are they not mine to own? Do I deserve these chains? Then a sweet, soft voice interrupts my thinking. You're looking at the effects of your trauma, not the cause. I love you. I jolt back. Why do I have this voice inside me saying it loves me, shaking my head? I wonder, is this it? Am I really hearing this? Can I be loved? Am I worthy of love? Do I even trust love? Yet inside I have craved it all my life, but never found it. Like I was running in circles and surrounded by broken glass, cutting my heels when I tried to find it. I have this deep yearning, so I know I don't think I ever truly gave up looking for it. I'll leave it there. Forgiving yourself can be hard, especially when you've placed on yourself a lot of shame and guilt for choices and things that you've done in your past, or ones that you're making now, or how do I get out of this? How do I work through this? For me personally, a beautiful friend of mine came around today, and the conversation came up, and one of the things that came to mind is a reminder of you have to process your life. We have layers upon layers and layers, and the understanding of that is when you first get hurt, that's one layer. Then you bury it and suppress it. Then the same kind of hurt goes on top, and it layers it, and it kind of molds it, you know? And then you get hurt again. And if you've had a lot of trauma, you're just compressing. They're like mattresses with the princess and the pea. You know, you can feel the pea, but you don't know where it is, right? You don't know which mattress it's under. So it's safer to actually take off all the mattresses and have a look underneath each one. And it can be a painful process because you're uncovering things that you possibly don't even remember, because that's what suppressed trauma is. But when you're processing and you're asking yourself these questions, okay, where did I learn this from? This is a behavior. Where did I learn this behavior from? And if you're feeling an emotion, like a tight chest, or when you're thinking, it's just like, oh, there's something there. I need some healing there, that I can feel it. And that's when you go a little bit deeper. When you start unraveling all these layers, and you start realizing, I didn't do that to me. I didn't do that to me. And that choice was made because of this. And this choice was made because of this. And it's not about letting go of those choices. It's about forgiving yourself for carrying it around with you. You know, that's a lot of baggage to carry around. And I like the way that I describe as a dirty old suit, because who would wear a dirty old suit? You wouldn't. I wouldn't even wear a suit like that, you know? I don't even wear suits anyway. Never mind carrying one around with me. What for? Some wedding I might go to, or a funeral? You know, we tend to look at life as with these glasses on, that this is my past and I have to own this. I did this. Well, sometimes you didn't actually do it. A trauma mind will make choices through survival, or learned coping mechanisms, or things that you've observed other people do. And a lot of the people that you observed weren't healthy, so you're making choices based on something that from somebody that wasn't even healthy. And trust me, there is not many healthy people out there who aren't carrying something. And if we take ownership for that something and say, okay, I did this, well, all you're doing is passing that on to somebody else. And then that gets turned into gossip, or it gets turned into, in my case, they throw it back at you when you're in an argument, or if you haven't done something that would please them. I don't tend to live my life pleasing others. You know, I was thinking about something just a moment ago, actually. You know, throughout my life, I've had endless people tell me, oh, Zoe, you're so strong. And I wasn't strong. I was like a rock, you know. I had a hard heart, and I overthink. I can go down scenarios through my mind and just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, right? I just got to that point where I could fix anything because I could pre-think everything, and that's not healthy. And now people are commenting on how calm you are, how peaceful you are when I'm with you. And it makes me chuckle inside, because that's not what I heard for over 30 years of my life. It's only been the past few. And that's where the healing process is taking me. So I don't have resentment. I'm not sitting there thinking, if I'm thinking about somebody and all I can feel is, there's something there, and it's called suppressed. You know, it could be that somebody hurt you by an action that they did that you didn't agree with. That is, you're suppressing your emotions around that because you've learned a behavior of pleasing people. I actually had that conversation the day before with a beautiful person, you know, and it's just like, when we're going through life and you don't have that support system, that healthy support system, and me, I learned to fight. You know, I just had so much anger inside of me. It was like, who was going to get it next? And it's taken me a lot of years to uncover that and find out where it was, where it started, why it came in, and not hold that guilt and shame. But I took ownership for a lot of hurt that I caused other people. And I don't want a venomous tongue either. I don't want to pull people down with what I could say. I don't want to play mind games or manipulate people. It's not my thing. But I also didn't want that done to me. And I found that a lot of people, for some reason, felt I needed to be controlled. I find it hilarious because it never worked out very well for those people, because none of them are in my life. We have to process our pain. We have to unravel it. We have to pull it apart in a healthy way, you know? Journal, write it down, write a letter to somebody that you have this pain with. You'd be surprised what comes out in that letter when you reread it. And you're like, oh wow, I didn't even realize I felt that way. You know, there's a part of you that's taking over and kind of pre-writing it for you, which I always find fascinating. But to think that you can go through life every day just saying, nah, I'm good, that's in the past. No, it's not. Because for that moment, you remembered it. And for that moment, you just suppressed it again. Keep doing that, because something will trigger it. And then for some reason, you're in a really bad, shitty mood, and you don't know why. Well, unpack it, get rid of it in a healthy way, and you no longer get these triggers. You know, there's nobody out to get you. There's no like, anyway. When we think about time and how long we have, and nobody knows, not really. You could go to people who think that they know the future, or they're here in the future for something that you honestly don't want to hear it from. You know, and it's like, and you change it anyway when you know it. We already know that. So how come we can't just live in the moment, in the day, and find that peace and that joy in anything? I mean, literally anything. I work at finding one thing in my day that I'm grateful for. And not just people. I'm on about creation in nature. I love to just look at nature and think, wow, what a beautiful flower. Oh, look at that flower. Oh, look at that. I really like dissect it. I can look at an ant. You know, that poor little ant is carrying something, and it looks really heavy. I just get lost. Just staring at things. And like right now, I can stare at weeds and find the beauty in them. But can you find that in yourself? Have you ever looked at yourself and found the beauty in you? I do. I still don't entirely like myself, and it's something that I'm working on. And I believe the second book will reveal a lot of pain that's still buried, you know. And I'm coming to the end of my mattress stack, so it's pretty good. And it just surprises me and amazes me how even now I'm not who I was. So who am I going to be after all this stuff? But I still get triggered. I can get emotional. And I don't mind it. It's when it doesn't stop. You know, I can get angry about something and then it's gone within a couple of minutes. You know, it's gone, and I'm like, And then I'll think about it, like, yeah, you could have done better on that one, Zoe, you know? You could have thought better. But when you get angry and you cannot control it, and you could be like that for like an hour or two, and you're constantly, you can do all the breaths. You can do all of that, and it doesn't make a difference. It takes time to calm down. And there's something there. What is there? My first thought when I meet people is, baby, who hurt you? You know? I don't say it, I think it. And I just want to see that person not have that episode of pain. I think we all deserve to live this life in the most abundant way that we can, in all areas, you know? I don't seek wealth for my happiness. I seek good friendships, good people, you know? And it's important to me that everybody I meet, I can honestly say, I haven't met anybody in a long time that I feel, I don't want to be around that person. I've got some pretty amazing people I meet, complete strangers I have the best conversations with, and friends and acquaintances, and when we get together, it's like, let's get through this, because it's so much fun. Guess what? That's my most favorite saying. It used to be, you know. Now it's guess what? Because we're always learning. I'm always learning. I don't know everything. This course in social work is it's quite traumatizing to, like, in a painful way, to learn the cultures and how we act to other people and the colonized mind and all those things. It's very sad. But I don't carry it. I use it. I remember it. I don't want to offend anybody. I certainly don't offend myself. And how would I offend myself? You offend yourself all the time. We all do things we don't really want to do. And that's offending yourself. You know, we'll talk to people because we have to be polite. We have to be good. That's crap. No, we have to be real. We have to be honest. You know, you can't say something out your mouth without believing it in your heart. You can hear it, you can do whatever, but you don't really believe it. A belief system is something that you've learned. And if it's not a healthy one, you need to unlearn it. How do you unlearn it? By learning how it is to be healed and healthy. And then we can commune in humanity in a way that we can actually enjoy learning new cultures and stop blaming them for language or religion or barriers or wars. And no, and we don't live in fear of other people. We should live in curiosity, you know? I get excited. What is that food? What's that smell? You know, how do you live in that heat? You know, Erbil, Iraq is the oldest city in the world. It's been inhabited for 7,000 years. And it amazes me because it's so hot. I don't know how, I couldn't live there. You know, visit, yes. Live, no. It's like torture. But people do. Do we often think about that? Or do we think about living conditions? You know, we can think that they live rich and wealthy and have these beautiful big homes, but is their heart happy? Can they travel to any country that they want to? I know my white privilege allows me to. It gives me a lot of things. I have 2 passports. I have a British and a Canadian. That allows me to travel to many places without having to have pre-permission. You know, there's lots of things we could go through in life, but the main concern is how we think about it. Do we think healthily? Are we concerned that world systems that were set up for one reason over 100 years ago, are they supposed to be still working? Or do we need change? I believe we need change. We need to change a lot of systems, but it starts with you. It starts with me. And if we can't change, we're just going to drag our belief systems, drag our culture, our theories we learned at school. Most of our theories, look into it, seriously, not even fact. You know, and And we go through life listening and learning new techniques and new theories. Doesn't mean they're right. It just means that it worked for a certain amount of people, so this must work. Let's try this. I hope you're having a wonderful life. I hope you're enjoying every moment, because it does matter. It's denied to many. And I keep that close to my heart, that every morning I wake up, I'm alive. I'm free. I can breathe fresh air. I live on the beautiful Vancouver Island in Canada. It's one of the most beautiful places. It's not the most beautiful place. Like I said, I can see beauty in everything. In places I've been to, I always see beauty, but normally in people. And I'm pretty isolated here, where I am. And it's been good for me. It's been a good time in isolation. It's been a lot of healing, a lot of realization of what's important and what's not. So, once again, I wrote a lot of it down, and this is inside me. Some's metaphoric, but my soul's in this. It's my first baby. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Again, my website is zoeheathershow.com. You can also email me on my website. It says that you can contact the author. And I actually do get those emails. So any questions? And if you'd like a book and it's not possible, please just email me. Happy to send you one as soon as I get the rest of my copies. I only have a few. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Bye for now.